What do you think the future is for Olympics, or at least the challenge is going to be for the Olympic sports under this? Because 75 to 80% of the money is going to football, and then the rest of that money gets to go spread out over everything else, which most of it will go to basketball, and then
Right.
it seems to be like 5% of it left for everything else, which is a lot of athletes. In Olympic sports, seem to be maybe in a little bit of danger.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been concern that Olympic sports are going to get cut because, schools love every time there's a new athlete compensation model that comes out. Schools love to sort of threaten, like, oh, well, we're going to have to divert our funds that we send to Olympic sports in order to pay for this new thing. And we've seen a couple examples of schools cutting sports, but newsflash, that hasn't gone over well from a PR standpoint. So I don't think we're going to see as much of that as maybe we were warned. Um, I do think that Olympic sports athletes are going to struggle to get a cut of the revenue share model that is like anything substantial. I spoke with Texas Tech's athletic director last week, amid their softball women's college World Series run. And he kind of talked about like, we are going to allocate the percentage of revenue that the team brings into our athletic department. That's how much revenue we're going to give to said sport. So like softball makes 1% of Texas Tech's athletic department revenue, or at least it did in a couple of years ago when he was like, the example he gave me. And 1% is still a few $100,000, but it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. Now, he said that this is going to incentivize at least the bigger athletic departments to try to like make more money off of their Olympic sports. And in turn, the higher percentage of athletic department revenue you make, the more you're going to get in rev share, right? So the question is, which athletic directors and which schools are willing to invest in that to figure it out? Because it's certainly possible. There's so much untapped potential in a lot of these Olympic sports to be more so self-sufficient from a revenue generating standpoint, and even some of the biggest athletic departments, we're just not there yet. So I think it's a question of like who is interested in making that extra effort.